Guys, it's Reva here. I just felt compelled to pop on tonight. I know I haven't been on in a while, but I received a message from someone the other day who I think is pretty extraordinary, but has been going through a rough time in her life. And she was just talking to me about, the various challenges she's been having. She's a single mom, and she said so many things that she desired to do in her life, but she couldn't, or felt that she couldn't. And it made me really sad, and then it made me a little bit angry. And I don't know what's been going on, but I was in Mallorca last week, masterminding with some amazing business people, and it's just gotten me really into what my purpose is all about. And it got me really thinking about what happens when you do follow your purpose. And there is so much glamour out there. There's so many smoke and mirrors telling you about following your dream and how incredible it is. And you have to do it. And that is so absolutely the case. I'm obsessed with people following their purpose. But there is another side to it. And there's something that I don't think we see or share a lot of. And I just wanted to get on and get totally real with you. So I don't even know if anyone's watching this. I don't care if it's just one person, or if it's just my mother watching it on the replay. I just feel really compelled to be really honest with you about what's involved and 5 things no one tells you about when you actually follow your purpose. Number 1, it will cost you. Now, I think you kind of know this intellectually. I know I did. I did not realize, though, how much it would cost me. Financially, lots of savings into it, but more than that, it was the time, and still is the time, that it cost me. Time with my family, time with my husband. It doesn't just cost you, it costs people around you, because you're not available as you once were. I'm not available to go on a trip to see my family at the end of this year because everything I am doing is around my business. So before you start doing anything, building a house or starting a business or following your purpose, you need to make sure you are aware of how much it's going to cost you, because it will. I'm not saying the cost isn't worth it, but you need to be aware, and the people around you also need to be aware so that they can choose to be supportive of you. I'm fortunate. I do have a supportive partner, but let me tell you, it cost him as well. So that's the one thing that people, I don't think, go fully into when it comes to following your purpose. Number 2, you will feel alone. It doesn't mean you are alone, but you will feel alone. Depending on what your purpose is, I can guarantee you it will be something new to you, something you've probably never done. It may have been something you've been thinking about, but it will stretch you in ways that you didn't think was possible. It may take you outside of the circle that you are currently in, and you will feel totally alone. And it's important to know that, because there are times when you feel like you're the only person who's going through this. You're the only person who's trying to do this one big thing. That's not the case. Your feelings can absolutely sabotage you. And the most important thing you can do, that I did, was find my tribe. And that tribe is people who are going for exactly the same thing you are, or heading in the same direction. And so you will feel alone, but you are not alone. You will feel that the people closest to you in your life don't really get it, but that's okay. As long as they support you and love you, they can support from afar. But you will feel alone when you decide to actually totally go for your dreams and go for your purpose, just so you know. Number 3, when you follow your purpose, no one tells you about actually how painful and how uncomfortable it will be. I like trying new things. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal for me, to be quite honest, but let me tell you, anything from speaking at events to pitching myself to, and I'm talking about this from a business owner, right? Starting my own business. It will stretch you in ways you never thought would possible. You'll get those sick feelings that you had when it was like your first day of school, or when you had that big exam, or you thought, if I fail this, my life is over. Get used to that feeling, because you will feel uncomfortable for a very long time. And that is called progress. And that is called you're stretching yourself and you're trying something new. The people that we really revere and honor in this world, whether that be Muhammad Ali or Oprah or even Jesus, they were doing things that were new. They were doing things that were uncomfortable and painful. And they didn't always know what the result was going to be, but they had a purpose and they followed it. The pain is there. It doesn't go away quickly. The discomfort is there. It doesn't go away as soon as you'd like, but it is leading you to something else. But I am not going to sugarcoat it for you. There will be some massively uncomfortable times when you think, I don't know if I can do this. And it's those times when you must keep going, because there is something glorious for you on that other side. And the scary thing is, the most frustrating part is, especially when you're ambitious and controlling like me, you want to know what the result is going to look like. You don't. Now, success, whatever your version of success is, can be a number of different things. But here's what I've totally found is that what usually happens is better than what I originally thought could happen. Or even the failure, something that I perceived as a failure, turns out to be a success in the long run. The point is, get used to the discomfort. It's all part of the process. Number 4. Now, I coach people on purpose, on not just getting clear on their purpose, but getting an action plan in place and doing it without freaking out. But you already know what your purpose is. There is no reason for you to ask 100 people what you should be doing with your life. I had a message from someone today who thought she should go into coaching. And I said, why? And she said, because everyone says I'm really good at it and I should just do that. And I said, but what do you want to do? She goes, well, I want to make money so I can continue acting. Coaching wasn't really what she wanted to do. She just thought it was a way to, help her do what her actual purpose was. I totally get that. You're being resourceful. But when we listen so much to other people and not our own intuition, which has all the answers, you get distracted, you get confused, you lose time. You already know what your purpose is. All you got to do is get quiet enough to hear it. That's your intuition, that's your instinct, that's your gut telling you to go right instead of left. You already know what your purpose is. So there is no reason for you not to be taking steps today to get to that. And number 5, last but not least, when you follow your purpose, you will have absolutely no regrets. I am not saying there won't be fear, there won't be pain and discomfort, but there are no regrets. And you won't feel at peace until you actually pursue it. I only know this from myself. It was only 12 months ago that I decided to start my own business. And I've been working in a job and it wasn't just the job. I knew what I felt I was called to do, but I'd just been putting it off for so long because I wasn't ready or things weren't right. Total BS. But the point is, you will not feel at peace until you start taking steps towards that. It will feel right. If you're not sure if you're living your purpose, then you probably aren't. The people who are probably looking at this going, yeah, that sounds about right. And trust me, they all get together in groups and talk about it and encourage each other. But the point is, there is nothing worse than regrets. And if you look at my life or parts of it and think, well, she has it all together, I don't. I'm still working full-time, as well as doing a certification course, as well as building a business on the side. I am tired, but I am living my purpose. I am pursuing it every day. There are times when it's hard and I think, is it worth it? I just want to binge on Netflix and go to sleep. But let me tell you, it is worth it, because my why and my purpose is bigger than all of that. It's bigger than my tiredness, than the money that I've spent. It's bigger than a holiday. It's bigger than any of it. And I know that each of us has a purpose. I know you have one. And if you're not living that, wow, what are you waiting for? That's the only question I have for you. I just really don't want you, if you're watching this, to live with any regrets. I know that I don't. But I want to be totally real about what's involved when you do decide to go for your purpose. And if you are ready to stop playing small and to play big, because I'm going big, I'm getting fierce with this. A lot of my other videos were a bit nice, and I can be nice, but let me tell you, when it comes to following what I know I'm meant to do, I am fierce. And I only work with people who are fierce. And if that's you, if you're ready to start playing big, stepping up for what you really desire, and know that you were put on this world to do, I would love to speak with you. And let's just see what we can do together. So, if that's you, click the link below. I'll put that down there later, and we can have a chat. I would love to connect with you. But that's it for me. I hope this has been helpful, and I really want to be totally honest with you about not just where I'm at, but what's involved in this, because this is tough stuff. But if you're in the top 10% of people who don't just want to settle for a job, who don't just want to settle for someone else giving them a paycheck and telling them what they're worth, and if you're just sick and tired of just working for the paycheck, then it's time to do something and take some action. So that's all from me. That's my Motivation Wednesday. I hope this has been helpful. Please leave me comments below, even if you're watching the replay. That's it. Much love. Bye.